I kind of always knew that I wanted to do something with technology, but I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Starting at Oregon State University, I went into my first class and the security club there did a presentation. I was like, oh man, regular people can do security? Like, that's so cool.
As a kid, I was really interested in just like technology, figuring out how things would work and how to make them work better.
I ended up in cybersecurity. It was something I hadn't heard of. It was never on my radar. I immediately fell in love. I fell in love with it because it was technology marrying a super fast growing field, plus a really just huge amount of diversity in what I was doing. Every day, it was something different.
Cybersecurity was a lucky event for me to get into. I always wanted to be learning and doing something new, and I wanted it to be technical, but also business or mission-oriented. And then people, how do people interact with it? I was so lucky. I worked with some of the smartest and best people who answered my questions, who did believe in you.
I've always been inspired by this sort of sense of fairness and justice and injustice. For me, it gives a chance to fight for what I believe is right and for good, and to help protect the organisation I work for, protect our customers. And I think it's one of those professions and careers where you can have more of a societal impact. So everything we do today will have a longer term effect in the future.
Ask questions and make sure you understand what's happening. Or if you have an idea, offer it up. A lot of times I find out people will come to me, especially young people, after a meeting, and they'll say, I didn't understand what you meant when you said, and here, I'm thinking, oh, I was so clear in that meeting. Everyone was nodding and looked good. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish you would have spoken up in the meeting, because then we had the opportunity to clarify it for everyone and get everyone on the same page. I think that helps you learn, but often it helps the people that you're discussing with reframe or think of things differently. So it is actually contributing.
Raise your hand. It is really intimidating when somebody offers a new project or a new opportunity to think, I don't know if I have all the skills to do that. And I raised my hand throughout a tremendous number of opportunities.
And letting your intentions be known. If you're interested in taking on a new task or a new, project, please let people know that work around you and be able to, talk and show what great skills that you have.
Be curious about cybersecurity. There's a whole range of different roles available. So everything from threat intelligence through to ethical hacking, from incident response through to culture and awareness. There's lots of different fields to play in and something almost for everyone.
Be yourself. So stay true to who you are, no matter what, by pushing the boundaries and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, but staying sort of true to who you are. I think low ego, high humility is really important in our role. That doesn't mean low confidence. We take everything one step at a time.
If I didn't have a support system, I would have to be my own support system and keep myself going and just not let myself quit, even though it's obviously really easy at times to just be like, this field isn't for me, this major isn't for me, this school isn't for me, but you just have to keep going.
I think there's this perception, and especially for women, often, that you sit there, you take notes, you listen and absorb, and then you come back and turn around. But I think if you're part of a team, the best advice I can give is earn your seat at the table. Don't be afraid to question, challenge, or bring off the wall or outside the box ideas. That's how you make a team better.
The past isn't a prediction of the future of how it used to be. We can't change how it should be.
It felt like those conversations were focused towards the guys of like, hey, guys, do you want to do this while the girls were off doing something else? And that felt kind of discouraging. I'm an international student, and I came from Vietnam. So basically, our high school curriculum, it's not into tech compared to the high school curriculum here. We don't really have any kind of classes to teach Python or C++. Until I decided to go to the US to study, I have to picking up things myself. It's just self-teaching.
I think as a woman, sometimes you have that voice on your shoulder telling you can't do this, you're finding it difficult, but actually learning to be comfortable with that discomfort. Learning to recognize that if I'm not uncomfortable, I'm not learning has been an important challenge I've had to overcome. And that's part of personal growth. That's really good.
The imposter syndrome it is a big thing for me, because sometimes people look at you as a girl and they're like, oh, she's just there for the purpose of DEI, diversity inclusion, not because she wants to do this. She is in a position, she's earned this position. Let them say what they want to say. You know you do you. Know what you do, keep doing what you're doing.
It can be quite isolating if there's nobody like you or that you feel that sense of belonging with. It can be super difficult. Now, it can also be really motivational, because actually my chance is to make it easier for the women that come along behind me and to start to pave the way and to build a network of other women like me. So I think with these challenges, partly the whole culture of cybersecurity is that you need to face into them and see what you can do about the challenge. So for me, it's quite motivational.
Participating in the clubs, it kind of adds on and gives a little bit of extra to when you're learning and going to college, because you get to interact with other people, introducing you to new topics that maybe you just haven't learned yet, and getting that hands-on experience that you won't necessarily get in the classroom. Doing the U.S. Cyber Games program, which helped a lot. They have like a pipeline program, which like helps you like train up, and then like a national team, and like two national teams have a U.S. Cyber team and U.S. Women's Cyber team, and both of them train and compete. And those people on that team, like that I met during that program, were so helpful and so amazing, because they were people who were like around my age, and they were like super passionate about cybersecurity and competitions.
At first, I was like, this is too much, like over my head, because there was all these people that, yes, they had been programming their own stuff and all, and I'm like, do I fit in here? But, I stuck it out, and like once I joined the club at my school, that's when I was like, yes, this is for everyone. It's not impossible. I have a support network here to help me through these classes, these new topics, and now I'm like so passionate about it.
Make friends, make connections, and don't give up. Find really good mentors. A lot of my teachers and professors, even now, have been super helpful in me following my dream. It was my first semester at UNG, and it was applied cybersecurity, and I go in there, it's first day of class, we have 40 students, and I'm sitting there, and there's a girl that sits next to me, and we look around, everybody's in class, and we're the only two girls in this class, and we're like, we have to stick together, like some kind of girl power, right?
That's actually my second favorite part of cybersecurity, which is that it's the ultimate team sport. You cannot succeed in cybersecurity if you're not working together as a team.
I think future-wise, cybersecurity, I really see it continuing to be a very diversified field. Everybody with very diverse backgrounds can learn about cyber, and that's really how we help solve problems going forward. There's going to be a new technology besides just artificial intelligence. There'll be the next thing that we'll be talking about. We didn't even think about cloud or virtual machines or anything like that years ago. And that's all through innovation and diversity of thought. And really having a great team with that diversity and background is going to help us propel to the next opportunity going forward.
And the best teams are diverse teams. And the more I look around me and see teams full of men, and I think, where are all the women, right? We can bring a different perspective. We need as many different perspectives as possible in order to effectively win the cyber war.
I hope that we have a more diverse and inclusive workforce in cybersecurity. It needs diversity of thinking, backgrounds, people to sort of challenge some of the norms. And then technically, I hope that we really are pushing for security by default, security by design, so that as we build products and new technology, actually they've got a lot of the security built in.
I bet no one's thought about how linguistics is going to change security, because as you think about the prompting that we're doing in AI, how you ask the question is going to really matter. And if you are the person that actually understands how languages are received and given, then now you have a whole new spin on how we think about securing those prompts for bias, how you secure those prompts for misinformation. I honestly think there's huge opportunities for young women from all different backgrounds.
All of my other teammates major in cyber ops, and that's more of a they're actually on hand and working with their computers and everything. I'm learning about international relations right now, so I'm not really within that field, but cyber ops is my minor.
I really value the right to privacy. So it's something that I want to work towards, keeping for everyone. Everyone should have to keep their information private, So that's what I want to do then. And you have to not give up on it, but you have to find your piece of it, because not everyone wants to do penetration testing or network security or network architecture. You have to find the piece of it that you like and that you enjoy, and you have to go into that. I really like computer networking, and I like business continuity and helping businesses recover from like ransomware attacks. I like helping people. I want to help people through cybersecurity. That's what I found my passion is. You have to find what your passion is in life and connect it into your career field. And once you can find that little piece of your career field that you love that connects to what you want to do in life, I think you can bridge that gap, and you can find that you're doing what you're passionate about and you're doing something that you have interest in.